This is going to be our objective. We have two things that we need right here. And all we have to do is clear out these biters, bring a train over here, and then bring it to our base. We'd like to do that sooner rather than later because we're running out of iron. So, neato. So for trains, we're gonna need a lot of stone, a lot of steel, and a lot of iron. We have all of these things. We can do this. Fortunately, we can't really automate it, but we can definitely beat it. So get that set up. I was gonna say we could set it up right here, but I want to keep all my spaghetti over here for now, and then leave this area a little bit nicer. So we don't have to get rid of stuff over here. We'll just need to revamp this area. So I'm going to bring all that over there. Uh-oh. Let's help out our turrets here. Got rid of that pretty quickly. We should probably start using some walls. That might be smart. So at least we knew that they came up and attacked this way. So we'll augment this defense a little bit. And we'll heal these guys up. And hopefully that will be good. In the meantime, we'll use the poor man wall that I saw from a viewer on Dune's stream. Use pipes. And I think it's a good idea. We'll just do this. It'll be fine. Lasers would be nice, but I don't really need them now. No, my radar. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Okay, that should be okay. We'll worry about that later. Let's grab some stone here. And we'll queue up some of this to be landfills right now. We have... Might as well give these chests something to do. And then the rest of these are going to be turned into rails. So, let's go. Yeah, I was expecting that to happen. Alright. Nope. Well, arm breaks. Give up some repair packs while we're at it. How are we doing here? So we're now, it looks like we're just limited by the speed it takes to make these, which is fine by me. In no rush to complete our research right now. So we're gonna make rails, and for that we need stone, steel, iron stick. Where do we want to make this? Ideally, we'd like to make it here, I guess. But we really killed our iron supply. See. So it looks like, as expected, with the steel furnaces, we could only we halved our furnaces that are working, and that's because these are doubling the production. So that's something. What I guess I'm going to do is I'm going to supplement this line with this line, because we haven't converted these guys yet. I don't think we really have to. We have quite enough steel for the moment. I'm not going to worry too much about that. We just want to make sure our iron line is fine while we get prepared for more iron on the way. All right. Okay, so we're gonna make our rails right here. We'll just set it up. Hopefully, and we're gonna see how this goes. We'll monitor how this works. So what we're probably gonna want to do, if we want to keep this like this, we're gonna have to upgrade all these to red belts, and I think that's possible. But the problem is that we're running out of iron, as you can see. So our lines are not going to be saturated as well. And this is a lot of red belt to change up, and I don't think we have that made yet, even though we've had this for a while going. Probably need to figure out a better method of doing this in the future, getting red belts going, because we'd run through this real quick. Alright, so we have iron on the line again, so good. Let's extend this and use this for our rails. Trying to find assembly machines. This would be the faster way to do it. So we need to make iron sticks. So we're just gonna... I'd like to have the least amount of dead product on the line. So we're going to actually just bring this right here. Oops. So where is it that you got the scenario, by the way? It is a vanilla... It's a vanilla scenario map. So if you just go to new game, it'll be in the drop-down menu for what you want to make. It's like the same as Death World, Marathon, Rail World, that kind of thing. It's called Ribbon World. Okay. Something was destroyed, but it looks like we're okay. Alright, so these are going to be iron sticks. I don't really know how many I'm supposed to be making, so I just made 3. These make in 0.5 seconds. Rails make in 0.5 seconds, so it's 1-to-1, basically. I don't really need too many rails going at one time, because I don't really need them right now. So I'll just make 2 at the moment. And there, we'll just add 2 there. Trying to figure out how we can set this up. Can always just move this. That'd probably be the easiest way. And from there we can just put 2 chests down, feed them, and then get rid of the output through red longhand inserters. Have to move that. That's unfortunate because I think that was decent placement for everything that we needed power here. But easily fixed. And we just need to do some of this. Need that. And we should be good to go. As always, we're just gonna put it into a chest for now, and we'll let it accumulate. I don't know why I have these iron chests. I need to make some more steel later. Or I could do that right now. But we'll go pick that up in the future. And so now is probably going to be lighter destruction time. We need to go clear out that area so we can go grab the iron. I do think that it's worth doing right now because we'd like to get the iron sooner than later because we're going to need that. You might have a good argument for saying, hey, you should probably do plastic stuff right now, and then that way you can have blue science while you're doing the train. And to that, I say, good idea. You might want to do that. Let's see, we're at 197k, so I think it's been about 20 minutes for like 20k, so we should be okay for another while. So couple hours at least. We can go clear this out in the meantime. This is going to be more of an issue for us. This will take probably 20 minutes to get rid of. Yeah, we should probably get a radar over here. We'd like to get some walls as well. We can go do that. But in the meantime, we have made explosives all this time. Let's go check on those. And so we can get our cliff explosives going, and then we can stop making explosives because we don't want to use up all of our sulfur, if possible. 50 per stack, and we need 10 per cliff explosive, which is right here. Okay, so we have a good amount. I think we can stop this now. I'll let that keep going. I do think we're gonna need all of these, believe it or not, because we have lots of cliffs to destroy, but I want to preserve the sulfur that we have right now because we're gonna need it for batteries and stuff later, and we've already used 1k, so good to go. Do we have anything for refineries? We need to go pick those up. Let's go pick up the stone stuff and let's put down a radar. I thought I had one over here. Did it get destroyed? I know the other one got destroyed a little bit further down, but I thought this had a radar. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Hey, can you wait a second, please? I just put that down, game. Biters. Not very kind of you. Yeah, friends indeed. Alright, well, At least I was here for this, because that was a rather large company. Yeah, walls. That's why I was over here. I keep forgetting. Thank you. Factorio is the ultimate ADHD enabler. Let's see. We need stone bricks. We don't need stone. We're just gonna hand make some walls for right now. But they make pretty quickly. This. Put down a couple more turrets here to protect this, and then we are using up our ammo quickly. We'll put some poor man wall down for right now. Good enough. All right. Let's see. So now we have to consider what we want to do. I do want to make those cliff explosives before I forget. But after that, we're either going to want to make our plastics or make our advanced circuits, or make our way towards the iron that's over here. Excuse me, and get that railroad going. I think we can afford to do plastics first. When I keep saying plastics, I mean red circuits. Red circuits first because we need that for our next set of science, the next tier, and we're running out of things to research. So I'd really rather get that going sooner rather than later. And I think we can afford doing that before doing iron. So we're gonna do that after we get our cliff explosives done. Yep. We found some iron, and we found some oil as well. Fortunately, we also found a lot of biters. So this is going to be our next objective after plastic. So, and we've also found uranium. So, you know, neat. How are we doing? Good job, walls. All right. Let's grab everything that we need for cliff explosives. We need to make some empty barrels. For that we need steel. And then we'll need more grenades. So we'll grab that out of the... Where do we put all grenades? I know we use them for something. I already forgot what they were for. Either way, we'll pick them up right here and use them right now. Okay, not doing too bad on this. I think that should be fine. We're gonna want a lot of these. I'm not sure it's exactly worth the iron right now, but might as well. Can we hand make these? We need steel. Need steel there as well. We have quite a bit of steel here. We have 8K there. We'll add more to this chest over here and make some empty barrels. I'm gonna want, so cliff explosives are, I think, stacks of 10, maybe. We want to carry a good amount with us, so we can just get rid of any cliffs that we run into. Stacks of 20, thank you. Fortunately, yeah, with 20 stacks, it's kind of unfortunate based on inventory space, but we can at least get rid of all this junk right now. Make our empty barrels. Make about 100. I think that'll be decent for right now. $105 sounds good to me. And while that's going, let's do some brainstorming on how we're going to do plastics. Red sides. Red circuits. I don't know why I keep saying plastics. We have plastics. They're there. They're already made. Down here. Not really making any more because our petroleum is pretty low. And we keep on filling up our light oil. But here, assembly machine. A couple of these. Enough. And we're going to be using all of this light oil very soon. So it's okay just to store it up. This is all going to be turned into cracking to petroleum, and that'll help us with our petroleum problem that we have right now. And then the heavy oil will be used for solid fuel as well as cracking to light oil, which is cracking to petroleum. So all is well there. We have 32k lubricant to work with, which is generally about how much I use during a playthrough. So I could really just cut this off right now, but I'll keep it going for now. We have 2 full chests of plastic and about a third of another one. I'm gonna add another storage tank to this right here, and this is just gonna be preparing for adding more refineries down in the future. That way, even if we're using up more than we're mining, we can have that increase of refinery speed at the beginning, which we'll probably need once we get all this set up. So what I want to do is I want to bring our iron and copper and guess through the top here, and then from there we can make a circuit line, green circuits, and then red circuits here. And then the red circuit's going to be brought over here and made into other things. Meanwhile, the iron and copper could also be used for sulfuric acid and batteries. We can put that here somewhere. Let's see, is there anything here that I really absolutely need? I'd like energy shields. Everything else is not really necessary. I should have at least 100 military science in there right now, and I have 50 with me, so we should be able to have enough to get that research done. So the big question is, do I want to bring our bus through the middle of this lake, or do we want to bring it through the top? It doesn't hurt to bring it through the top, but this is also possibly the area that we're going to be using for our trains later on in the future. So that might be an issue. We could bring our trains down through the bottom because I don't see myself using this for anything else. So that could relieve us of our issue. And thinking about it, that might be the best course of action here. We do have stone, so we could grab a lot of it and just make that into landfills and get rid of this top portion. And that would also solve our problem. And I'm thinking about it, and that seems like a not terrible idea. But I also think that bringing the train through the bottom here will be fine. If we get rid of this cliff these cliffs, they will leave enough space for a couple railroad tracks to pass by here, go down and around, and then we can move the power pole somewhere else. I think I'm content with that idea. We'll bring the train through down here, and if we need to, we'll just bring it up here to unload and put into any of our smelting areas. And then our bus will be put through the top here. That's how we're going to do it. I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the top, just in case we change our mind and add a train or something here, or just in case we need it for whatever reason. It's better to add that in now rather than having to do it later. So we're going to get rid of these cliffs, and then we're going to landfill a little bit of this top portion. Should have some made, yep. Fortunately, landfills are used up super quickly. It feels, yeah, we just use up like 150 just for that top portion, and we didn't even get everything. That kind of sucks. But we have our cliff explosives. They are here. Trying to be economical with them, but I'm not really aware of the AoE on these, so I'm going to try to get the most out of them, but also not be too crazy about it. See, like there, I think I could have gotten it in too, but screwed up. All right, look at that. Already cleaner. So we have about 100. We just used 10 or so, 20. I don't know. I haven't been keeping count. I guess we can count the splotches here. So that's about like 15. I don't know, something like that. Okay, so this area is clear. Just need to get rid of that, and then we can use this for anything else that we want to do. We can add more smelting. We can add train stations for whatever reason. This could be our main hub for our trains. We could do whatever we want. Get rid of these rocks. Might as well use this stone for our landfills that we need to clear out that small area that we didn't get. Keep seeing the bright color here, and like, is that red? Is that red? It's not red. I have flux on right now, so the colors aren't exactly distinct for me. It is purple though. See, I want to get some landfills done, so let's put down an assembly machine and get that done. Man, they use up so much stone. And we got 5 out of that. So, man. So, like, do landfills work in like half tile? Because this is considered like a tile, right? For the belt. This one tile? I guess so. Yeah, I guess the asset here isn't representative of a tile, so I guess this is the same thing. But Man, do I use up landfills quickly. Okay, let's get rid of all this junk. Man, does that look good now. Cool. Alright, is there anything else that I really need to get rid of? There, and maybe right here. Other than that, our main base is pretty clear of cliffs. Like 7 hours in. We're gonna just pick up more stone here. Add more chests to this. We'll just use our wooden chest and iron chest here for this. Let's have a stock of landfills to use for whenever we need them. Babysit this since they go so quickly. Alright, so we're going to bring our iron and copper through the top there, and then we're going to make our green circuits. We're going to basically double the amount that we're making right now. We're not going to have enough iron to saturate it, but it's good to have the infrastructure there, so once we do get the iron into the base, it'll be fine. So we're basically going to have 2 of these stacked on top of each other. You might want to do it side by side. Based on, you know, we have more width, space than verticality to work with. So it might be worth just putting them side by side. We're going to have to use a little bit more splitters and we'll have a little bit more dead product, unfortunately. But it might be worth doing. But thinking about the dead product, you know, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll have to think on that. Let's go fill these guys in. We made 69 landfill. Nice. And then... Unfortunately, we really can't do much with this here. We just needed the 1. This will probably eat it up before we even finish this 1 line. So we'll just keep the rest for later. And we're going to bring our iron over to that side. So now the question is, do we want to cut off everything right now, or just set up the belts and then connect it later? And I think setting up the belts is probably the better idea here. No reason to cut it off while everything is still working. I'm gonna chop these trees down. No, might as well get the wood for power poles later on. Could use grenades to get rid of them, but grenades are very precious to us, and we also need the wood, so... Chopping them down it is. Okay, so that we're going to put a belt line here, here, there. Trying to think if there's a better way to do this or a nicer looking way. Again, we would have liked to just cut it straight across here, but I mean, it doesn't hurt, just go up and around. And we'll have nicer colors, you know? We'll have a nice streak of gray and and orange. It'll contrast nicely with the blue. Yeah, I'm still thinking of how I want to do this. So basically, belts will have 4 and 4 coming up through this way. And we'll just bring it along and split off a couple for our circuits here. I think I'm going to do them vertical, 2 vertical, and then that will feed into some red circuits here. Green circuits, and then split off some for red circuits. And then the rest of the green circuits can be used for whatever else I want them to be used for. Alternatively, we could have one dedicated green circuits be made primarily into red circuits. Let's see how that ratio works out. So it's 0.5 for green circuit. It's 6 for red. So 1 is enough. 1 will make enough for hang on. Math, don't do it on stream, guys. It's a bad thing. It hurts your nerd cred. So we need basically, we'll make 12 in the time we need for one of these. So that means that we can supply 6 red circuits with 1 green circuit. Is that right? I mean, the problem is that we'll have the buffer system. So basically we would have to half that. So we could say 3. One of these would be enough for 3 red circuits, if saturated. Or if the components that are going into it are good enough. So if that's the case, I think I want to have, instead of having it vertical, we're going to do one like this and then another one next to it. This should be enough for 24 red circuit areas. Does that make sense? I'm not sure. Seems a little iffy thinking about it. Let me try that math again. So to get 1 red circuit going, we need 2 electronic circuits. 2 circuits are made in 1 second. So that means that in the 6 seconds that this will make, we'll have enough for 6 red circuits. If we... If we consider that in a line, assembly machines will take up twice as much as it needs as a buffer, so it will queue it up and keep on going rather than having to wait for the inserter. And basically, we will be able to get 3 at one time if we were to start from scratch. So, yeah, I guess that'll be fine. At minimum, we'll have enough for 24 red circuits. It just seems very wrong to me. If anyone knows why that feels wrong, or if thinks that's okay, my math is okay, let me know. Either way, we'll find out, because that's what I'm going to try to do. For better or for worse. And then, so we'll have the 1 green circuit dedicated for the red circuits, and then another circuit area just for everything else that we'll need circuits for. Let's get started. Let's go pick up our belts and put everything down. I'm gonna cut this off now because it looks like this is saturated and this is not, and that's gonna probably reverse itself, but that's okay. We'll be back in time for it to fix it again. Okay, so I want the bottom of our belt line to be here, basically. We're gonna allow for 4. Let's add 4 in between, just because we have the space. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 lines for copper. So the 4 in between is going to be for any underground belts that we need. It would allow us to add another line in between them for whatever reason. We could add steel to this, 2 steel lines, you know, whatever we want. So that's the plan. I'm trying to get better at busing. I'm not very good at this, and I always plan it very poorly. So this is my revised version, and hopefully this will work out. And we're just doing 4 because I think that will be decent. We're not going to be able to saturate it at all with our current supply, but in the future, once we add trains and the other iron patch, we should be able to kind of reach it, hopefully. And so that is the plan. We are trying to look towards the future and make sure that everything is good to go so that we don't have to do this twice. Very contrary to how we did this whole thing. They got through our wall, and this is out of ammo, so we'll have to go visit that real shortly. Still be fine for now. Still a couple turrets there. So I was gonna make the bottom iron, but now that I'm thinking about our setup here, we should definitely make the top iron, because this is going to be closer to the top side here. We can just go like this rather than go down and around and have copper cross somewhere. So if that's the case, we're going to make this bottom 4 copper and then the top 4 iron. We're going to leave a decent amount of space for this verticality here. So the idea is that we're going to have 3 of these, and then steel. We'll probably remove all of this and move the steel up here. We might add a 4th iron just so we can have 1 dedicated steel. And that should be decent, I think. We'll just leave it like this, and we'll need to fix it in the meantime. Or later on, I mean to say. But right now we're just gonna get 1 line for each thing going, just so we have that. I'm just doing my corners just so I can plan it a little bit better. And there we go. Did I do that right? Feels like I did that wrong. Well, I don't need to do the middle ones, I just need to... I didn't leave enough room here, okay. Got it. Understood. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be the bottom. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that should be well enough for now. Up. Out. Now we're gonna do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Already had that set up. Okay, looks good so far. We really don't have anything else to research at the moment. We'll do circuits. Okay, we are out of belts. We'll go restock in just a second. Periodically putting the 4 down just so I have a better idea of what it's going to look like later on once we're done. Gap here. 1, 4. Leaving the 4 open because that's about the size of a underground belt, yellow underground belt. By the time we're done with this, we probably shouldn't even need to use yellow underground belts. We could use red underground belts, but this is what we're doing. We will definitely need to up our red belt making soon if we ever want to replace this. That's a problem for future me. Okay, so we have our copper and we have our iron. Oh, I should probably go do that now. Not my radar. Turrets, you can do it. I think he did it. Yeah, good job, turrets. It looks like they're actually just coming down here because of the radar. They're not coming up here anymore. You don't see any bodies, so we do have actual walls now, so we could put those down if we wanted to. But I like the look of our pipe wall. It's gives character to our base. You don't see this very often, so you know, why not keep it? I'm gonna go borrow some ammo from these guys because they certainly don't need this money. And since it seems pretty consistent that they're all coming down here, we might want to just augment this a little bit more with more turrets. That way we can be assured that no harm will come to our radar in the future. We've stopped making things, so that's not good. We need to ABC, always be crafted. We might want to start on solar panels if we want to, if we want to do that in the future. Doing well on electricity. And we do have a uranium patch over here. So we might not have to use solar panels, but You know, it's an option. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to make turrets, so that's gonna have to do for now. I don't want to really grab these guys yet. Excuse me. I guess I'll grab one and this one, and we'll heal this up, and hopefully nothing will attack here. The AI for attacking is pretty consistent, I think. So, since they're always attacking down here, they should continue to do so unless more bases come up. Which I guess is very possible. So that should be good for now. We're down here, we're gonna grab some stone, turn that into landfills. Because why not? Might as well get that going. Let's see. Is there anything else that we might want to do with this stuff? We're gonna need some more stone if we want to hand make the military science, which I think we do want to do. Do we have any splitters? We have red splitters. I guess we'll start using those. But we're going to want to use splitters to get the plates off of here, and we'll make our facility here for our circuits. So right now we have this monstrosity of a setup. I'm going to want to use the setup I planned for before, which is our red belt, yellow belt hybrid, and that kind of eliminates a lot of this going on. I guess this kind of helps out. If you have a backup, you have more on the line. I took this away. I'm not sure why. Not bad to have a store of circuits. We always end up using them. Okay, you can see that we're starting to get really sparse here. This used to be pretty strong and now it's definitely not. Sad. Grab some more grenades and then we'll queue up more military science iron. More copper. We'll just have this going for now. Did it eat up all of our ammo? We never have chests, dang it. Let's see. We'll put all this back and hopefully we don't overflow our inventory. Let's make a chest. I don't want to overflow our inventory. I was gonna put it all back and then pick up some ammo so we don't have to do this, but I guess we're already doing it, so might as well just leave it like that. Bring a little bit of everything with us so we can make it when we need to. Put the military science that we've made into the labs and start whatever we have next. So rocketry is not necessary. I'm probably not going to use that. Laser turrets would be nice, but again, I don't really think I'm going to use them. Our biter woes aren't too large here, and it'd just be electricity that we'd be using when we could just make ammo. It would save us on the iron that we're using for the ammo, but we need to get batteries up online first before we even consider doing that, which is not too far away, but So there's really not much else I want. I guess we'll do projectile damage. This will help our turrets out. I don't think we have 300, but we can get it started at least. Okay, so we're gonna want to get everything that we need for circuit making, or for this making. So we're gonna need assembly machines, which we have. We don't have enough, but we have some. We're going to need inserters. We might want to start using fast inserters for everything, since we have this set up. So I'm gonna grab those. We need power poles. More of those. Need underground belts. Definitely don't have enough of those, so let's do that. Belts. And we need more iron. Just taking a look at this. Our everything is sparse for the iron, which is concerning, but even our steel is not backed up anymore, and this has been going on for a while. Okay, we do have some on the line, so I'm going to add this back just so I can empty out these guys, and then that'll go over here. Because again, we don't really need the steel that much. Alright, so we're just going to set up our belting for all of our stuff right now. And since this is going to be a bus, we're just going to bring this all the way through. And this should cover everything, hopefully. Or and so I want to make, we don't have as much area as I'd like for pretty much, like, if we remade all this over here, that would take up most of the space, which isn't terrible. Excuse me, it's not terrible, but you know, not the best. Because we do have more space to work with, we can always move over here and redo this. This was always supposed to be temporary anyways. So, you know, not the end of the world, but we can always just keep this up for a little bit while longer. In the meantime, let's get our circuit stuff made. So we had 4 being made on each side here. I think that's a good number. We have to do it in multiples of 2 because the ratio is 3 to 2 here. So I think this is fine as a unit. So we'll just take this again and we'll copy that and put it down. We are going to alter it a little bit so we can use our hybrid method. So one thing that I normally do that's a problem is I don't leave enough room for me to maneuver around or plan for in the future. I'm going to bring this a little bit farther down than I normally have it. But I'd like to put it like right here. But we'll bring it over here. And this will have enough room for our red circuits, which will be made right here. So again, this is just gonna be an outline. We're not gonna copy this exactly. We're actually gonna move everything over on the right side to the left one. But we just wanted to check for the space here. Let's complete the left side first. So we might run into issues having yellow belts and blue fast inserters. Mainly because it might hog up everything at the beginning of the line. If we wanted to be min-maxy, we might want to put yellow here and leave blue at the end. But then it might not even matter, you know? So I just did it. Might as well leave it there then. And again, what we're going to do is we're going to have a mix of red and yellow underground belts. The way that underground belts work in this game is they do not mix. So I could do something like this. And these are two separate lines. Because normally, if you have an underground belt, and then you put another belt here, this would connect to this one instead of what you would intend, which is this and that, you know? So this way you can have two belts on one line, which is nice for saving some space. So generally, I want my incoming raw materials, quote unquote raw materials, on the red belt, and then our output will be on the yellow belt until it gets to about here, which is where the output is all gonna go to, and then we'll change that to red belt. Currently, we're still working with pretty much all yellow belt, but that's the intent for the future. So let's just make sure that we got everything settled here. We're gonna have our input there. I said input is red belts. This is important to get this part right. Alright, so luckily red belts are long enough to cover this portion. So you can see that I don't have to have an intermediary belt line like we did when we tried it with yellow. So here, we're going to put our output. And we can just use normal belts here, and there we go. That's it. That's everything. And our output will be here. Our input ends right here. So technically I don't even need to do that. I could put a red belt here, but for the sake of making sure everything stays fine, we're going to leave it like that. So that's all ready. It's all done. And we can use the exact same setup pretty much for red belts or red circuits, except we'll just use less copper cables, because you need less copper cables for each advanced circuit, because they take a lot longer to make compared to electronic circuits. So we're just going to fill out the rest here. We don't have the assembly machines. We should definitely automate those. But that'll be down the line. As is everything that we do here. But we have the idea, so that's good. Let's get our red circuits online as well. Excuse me. And when I say online, I mean planned out. So I'm going to make a blueprint of this. This is our new improved station. Full. Head truck. Thanks. So as we mathed out earlier, if it's still to be held true, we can basically at the very least get 3 times the amount of red circuits as green circuits that we're producing. So we can make 24 red circuits out of this amount of green circuit production, assuming that these are making at a constant rate. You can actually make 6 times the amount, but we're going to be conservative and say 3 times. Rid of this guy now. And I'm gonna leave a little bit of space just so I can get any materials out of the other materials that we'll need. What we're going to put down this line is going to be the plastic as well as the circuits. So we'll do some belt magic to get circuits and plastic together here. Hard. Again, this is going to be a dedicated circuit area for these two. So I'm not going to bring any of these circuits out anywhere else. We're going to make another set for any other circuit making that we'll need. So something like this. We'll need plastic for other things, but for now we'll just making sure everything is good to go. And we're just gonna get the basic outline. We'll have to do some checking on how many of these we'll need. I also have this belt line too close. Does that mean we didn't save a slot? I'm not gonna question it. We'll just either way, this is cleaner than our other method, so I'm content with what we have here. Let's go and see what our base is up to. Okay, we're full on heavy oil now, so that's why we're not making any petroleum. We don't have any steel on us, so we can't make any storage tanks right now. That's okay, we have a nice store of plastics. We'd like more, obviously. We'd like to have our products made already rather than having them in the raw form, because that'll save us time in the future. Even if we don't use them all, I mean, it doesn't hurt to have. Grab more of these. We're going to want steel. Let's go grab some steel. Let's disconnect this again. I'm going to leave it disconnected now. That's not good.